Hi, in this video I'm going to show you what tools you will need to put together this Muon Hunter kit. First you will need a soldering iron. You don't necessarily need a temperature controlled iron, but if you get one of these cheap ones, then at least get a brand. They tend to last longer and they tend to have better tips. When choosing your tip, the best tip for this job is the one that has a fairly big surface area, so it allows for a big contact area between the soldering iron, the board or the pad on the board, and the terminal of the component. So I'm just going to show you what I mean. If you take the board, this is the high voltage supply board for the Muon Hunter. You will need to put the tip of the soldering iron onto the board, right next to the component, so it touches the terminal of the component, so the wire hanging out, and the pad at the same time. And then you will apply solder. Once you're done with your soldering, it's a good idea to have a side cutter to cut down the leads. The best ones are fairly flat, so you can cut down the leads of the components very close to the board. A few words on the solder. You will need thin solder, 0.5 millimeters or less thickness, so you can control the amount easily. You'll also need a holder for your soldering iron, not only to hold the iron but also to clean off the excess solder from the tip. And if you get the soldering wrong, then it's a good idea to get the wick that will remove solder from the board, and then you can remove the component, or you can just remove excess solder you don't want on your boards. And lastly, you will need a screwdriver, and that's it. You're good to go.